Good evening. Well, here it is. It's Sunday night, and it's still before midnight. And earlier I was tooling around online, watching some old public domain films on the stream. I'm in addition to horror, I'm kind of a big fan of some of the old 1930s murder mystery things. Some of them better than others. Some of them are pretty hokey. Regardless, I enjoy them. So, yeah. Sometimes I'll just sort of, go off on a tangent and, watch a whole bunch of them and stuff. But, so I was doing a little bit of that earlier. And for some reason, I don't quite remember why now, but I went tooling over to YouTube to check on something. And I happened to see that Adrian had posted a video clip about ghost stories. And I mean to try to, catch up on watching various clips, and those people I really enjoy. And there it was right in front of me. No reason to put it off, so I definitely went over there and had a look. And Adrian told quite an intriguing tale from his own experience. And he also invited video replies. So I thought, well, rather than putting it off, I'll just come right in here and do it right now. So, Maestro. How's that for atmosphere? Well, it's a funny thing about ghosts, when we're kids, at least this is my experience, adults tend to tell kids, oh, there's no such thing, and don't worry about that, and, various other consoling words. And when we're kids, we want to believe that, because we really don't. As much as we might like watching those, silly ghosty flicks on TV and stuff. We don't want something crawling out of our closet at night, rattling its chains in some stereotypical manner. No, we don't want that. Well, as we grow up, it's interesting. The pros and cons and various people's different experiences. I never had any kind of real experience, one that could be called a real experience, until I was almost 30 years old. And I had just, Patricia and I had just gotten together. The kids were still young. We were living in Santa Cruz, California, in the family student housing, while Patricia was, going to the university there. And, it was late one night, and, Pat and I were still up. The kids were long since sound asleep. And I was getting up. I was going to, wander off into the bathroom to brush my teeth or some such thing. And Patricia, who has actually had a lot more life experience than I have with such things. Just won't get into that. That could be a whole series. And better that she tell the stories. But she was commenting on the fact that she had been having some trouble sleeping because, she said, because she was being annoyed at night by these indigenous spirits here in this, building. And these apartments were built in what used to be the mountains, and who knows what used to live there, or who used to live there, and what kind of trace energies remain. It's not for me to say. But Anyway, yeah, she was talking about how she just couldn't get a good night's sleep because she was being bothered. And for some reason, I was a young, stupid guy. I got really angry. And I went on this cussing jag. And I am not going to repeat what I said because it was so uncharacteristic of me. But I was so angry, I wanted to actually use every foul thing I could think of to use to describe these things, that almost in a sort of a taunting manner, to describe these things that wouldn't let Patricia sleep. I said some bad things, and so huffed and puffed, and off I went into the bathroom, leaving her in the darkness of the bedroom to await my return. Well, I was in the bathroom and, doing whatever you do in there before you go to bed. And okay, here we go. And I had been calming down somewhat from my tirade. And, having finished, I reached down, grabbed the doorknob, opened the door again, and I was about to step out through that bathroom threshold into the hallway, turn the corner, go back into our bedroom. Just as I was about to step out of the bathroom, there came this sound. And I can only describe it as something along the lines of shh, shh, shh. So, it was this rush of air and the sound of rushing air. And I can't underline enough just how intense the sensation was, the sound and the feeling. It was this rush of air right up in my face, coming from an empty hallway. And the sound was just like gale force. It was, I don't do it justice here. The sound by itself was enough to startle me, but the sensation of that gust against my face literally glued me to my spot. I could not move. I felt that feeling, that sensation of being physically paralyzed with fear. I couldn't move. And I stood there and again, gazing out at an empty hallway, nothing there before me. And when I finally gained the courage, I rose my voice and I said in a very shaky sort of tone, "Pat!" Like, oh, she's going to rush in and save me, and she's going to come running from the bedroom into the bathroom and throw her arms around me and everything will be all right. She didn't. I don't think she even heard me. I was probably so faint. So what do you think that means? Is that maybe something's way of telling me, shut your mouth, buddy, we don't want to have to get tough on you? No, I have no idea. When I was finally able to pick my feet up again, wander on back into the bedroom, I told Pat what had happened. She knew nothing of it. She didn't hear anything. So when I was done telling her, she just kind of looked at me and she said, "See? You see? You shouldn't have done that." So, regardless of what you believe, I definitely learned a lesson that night. I did. So, very peculiar experience. So there. I'll just throw that out there for anybody who might happen to be interested. And thank you, Adrian, for posting such a wonderful clip, and very entertaining as always. And yes, so that'll be all for tonight. I think I'll bid you all good night, and I'll be seeing you later.